Took months to get to you, babe. I don't know why I can't see you there. I'm trying to be there.
Hi YouTube, my name is Crystal Rodriguez and I'm an avid thrifter for all things fashion and home decor. I promised myself once I started shooting video, especially about thrifting, that I would do so responsibly. One of the things that's super important to me is to make sure that none of the people that watch my videos become addicted to thrifting. So here are 7 tips that you can use to avoid a thrift addiction. Tip number 1, know what you need. This means doing a thorough inventory of your wardrobe, understanding what it is that you really need. If you're not sure what you need, I would start a Pinterest board first. Think about the looks that you want to create. First, find out if you have them available in your wardrobe before you go thrifting. Also, you're going to want to think about things like, do I have duplicate colors in my wardrobe? Duplicate styles. This also helps with the fun, because the more specific the item is, the more fun the hunt will be. Once you determine what you really need, one of the things to consider is using the right thrift vehicle. There are many ways to thrift. You can thrift your local Goodwill or consignment shop. You could thrift online using apps like eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, ThredUp. Those are ones that I've used many times. However, if you're looking for something specific, I would recommend that you go on those sites first. And here's why. If you're tempted to go to your local thrift shop and you believe that you're only going to pick up that item you need, chances are that's not going to happen. So if you're really serious about curbing your thrift addiction, first find out if it's something that you really need, go to one of those sites first and get what you need. That way, it's more certain that you end up with only one item in your cart. Tip number 2, you have your wish list created from the things that you need in your wardrobe. Make sure you prioritize your route. Many times I go into the thrift shop, I convince myself with my list that I only need those certain things. But then I find myself wandering around in other areas. If you know you're looking for a green pair of pants, go straight to the pants. Don't get lost in menswear, books, children's clothing, purses, and shoes. If that's the case, you'll be there all day and you're guaranteed to come home with more than you need. Tip number 3, give yourself a budget. And what I mean by budget, I'm not only talking about monetary budget here. It can be a time budget as well as the number of items that you want to bring home. For example, to make sure that you're not bringing home too many items, you can give yourself a budget such as a $20 outfit challenge. That ensures that you come home with any amount of items that are less than $20. If you happen to go into the Goodwill on a 99-cent day, which yes, they do have, or on a half off day, you know that you might get more items. Otherwise, you might be able to get by with maybe 3 items max for $20. It depends on the pricing at your local Goodwill, but that's true for the ones near me. Or you may want to give yourself a budget around time. For example, I'm only going to go to the thrift shop today to shop my wish list items, but I'm only going to give myself 30 minutes to do it. Lastly, you can budget yourself with how many items that you want to bring home. For example, walking into the Goodwill and telling yourself, at the end of the day, I only really want to buy 2 items. Keep yourself on a budget and you'll stay on track. Tip number 4, establish your non-negotiables. Many savvy thrift shoppers, they know that they have strategies to make sure that they don't bring home too many items. Here are a few that some of us use. One of which we already discussed, which is make sure you need it. Another one is making sure that the material is of high quality. So telling yourself, I will only thrift the items that have a very high quality materials such as silk, wool, or cashmere. One of them we talked about already as well, which is duplicates. This helps you to ensure that you're not bringing home anything that has a similar style or color. Another strategy that you can use is making sure that you're only thrifting for your lifestyle. For example, I'm not one that really likes bright colors. So as you can see, I do have one pair of red boots right here. The reason why I got the red boots is because not only is it trending, but it's the kind of pop of color that I'm most comfortable with. Will I buy a lime green pair of shoes? Likely not. So think about what you're willing to accept in your wardrobe. Try not to go out of your lifestyle. unless it's something you want to challenge yourself to do differently with your style. Tip number 5, avoid the maybes. What this means is, maybe I'll fit into it at some point. Maybe I can give it to my sister. I think she'd like it. Maybe I can sell it. Maybe one day I'll fit into it. Maybe I can learn to love skirts. Maybe it'll come back into style. You're going to want to thrift for you today, not for tomorrow. My last 2 tips are about keeping you on track so that you're disciplined with your thrifting. Tip number 6, treat yourself for staying disciplined. This is something that I do for myself often. If I stay within budget, for example, coming home with maybe a few things, or staying within monetary budget, or maybe staying within the limited time that I budgeted for myself. I treat myself to a couple of things. It can be my favorite Starbucks latte, or it can be those M&M's with peanuts that I love so much. Treating yourself when you stay within limits is helpful. Tip number 7, share your goals with others. If you know that you're thrifting too much, share your goals with your partner, with your children, and even your best friend. That way, if you do come home with a few things that are over your budget, you might have someone there to point it out to you. Having an accountability buddy does help. I hope that these 7 tips are helpful for you so that we can all make sure that we are not becoming addicted to thrifting. Now that we have this video out of the way, I'm looking forward to creating more videos on hauling and unboxing soon. See you later.